The Bay Area is known as a cultural melting pot, and today San Francisco honored its naturalized citizens in legal circles. Today is also considered Constitution Day, commemorating a radical experiment 238 years ago when a new nation invested power in the people through the rule of law. But at a ceremony, judges, lawyers, and legal scholars warned that those principles are in grave danger. John Ramos has that story.
It was on this date in 1787 that the U.S. Constitution was officially ratified, and each year in San Francisco, they gather to celebrate that and discuss the rule of law. But this year, it felt more like a cry for help.
I don't think a lot of us here today, when we graduated law school, gave much thought to Constitution Day. It now has greater meaning because we firmly believe that the Constitution is under attack.
It was a small but distinguished group that gathered in front of the federal courthouse in San Francisco.
We, the people of the United States.
Among them, former California Supreme Court Chief Justice Tani Cantil-Sakauye, who urged her colleagues in the legal profession to take an active role in protecting and shaping the founding document.
The Constitution is important, and every one of you is a diplomat and warrior for the message in that Constitution. And we all have a duty to challenge it, because only in challenging it and defending it and arguing over it does it grow. And it always grows to protect more people. And that's our sworn duty as lawyers and judges, is to push the edge of these protections and the rule of law.
But Erwin Chemerinsky is worried. The dean of UC Berkeley's School of Law says he's never seen a time like this.
No democracy lasts forever. We all know countries in the world that were democracies and are no longer. And I believe that at this moment, our democracy is seeing a more serious threat than it has ever faced in all of American history.
The core of the rule of law is that no one, not even a president, is above the law. We've never seen a president so often and so systematically ignore the Constitution and laws. If our democracy is to survive, it's got to be because the courts are there to enforce the Constitution and laws.
Professor Chemerinsky says at this point, the judicial branch is all that is standing to protect democratic rule, most often in the form of lawsuits challenging Trump administration executive orders.
But I've been very distressed in a number of cases to see the Supreme Court reverse the lower courts, rule in favor of the Trump administration, often without any opinions.
He points to the recent decision to allow ICE agents to engage in racial profiling when rounding up people for deportation. The High Court's ruling came with no explanation whatsoever.
It is really our chance to have the Constitution survive, to enforce the guardrails of democracy. But so far, it's been very discouraging to see what the Supreme Court has done.
Are you viewing the Constitution differently these days?
I am. I graduated law school over 20 years ago. I never imagined that I would be standing in front of a courthouse talking about defending the Constitution. I always took that for granted.
Normally, Constitution Day is spent discussing the law with high-minded platitudes. Not this year. This year, things have gotten real.